Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is BARCastTV. Today we have something different today. We're going to be analyzing one of my ladder replay losses and kind of take a look at what I did wrong, where I could improve, and kind of the broader brushstrokes of what went wrong in this game for me. So my opponent today is Flower. Not sure if you guys know him, but thanks Flower for handing me this loss and a good replay to analyze. I think it was a decent game. And would like to offer an invitation to any of you viewers out there who would like to see your own game casted in this style and kind of take a look at what went wrong for you. So feel free to submit those. And I would also like to offer another invitation to any of you top level ladder players who would like to kind of collaborate on a video like this perhaps, so we could analyze a viewer's match and talk about what they went wrong. So for all those of you out there who are up on the leaderboards, please reach out to me and let's set something up like that. So without further ado, I'm going to start the replay. And this is Comet Catcher, so definitely a map that's going to be coming up. I'm sure you'll be seeing more matches of in the coming days with this tournament starting. So that's kind of why we were playing on this match. This is pretty standard open, I believe. Just double mechs into 2 Solar Collector bot lab. So don't think that's where I went wrong. I think it's somewhere in the early mid game, or early game for that matter, just falling behind somewhere. Well, I fell behind on all fronts, tech wise, standing army size, and I'm sure economy at some point. So we'll take a look and see how that stacks up and where I'm at some timestamps compared to Flower's play. So I don't want to analyze maybe like 100% of the game, because maybe stop where I kind of arrive at some unwinnable position just because of the how bad my play was, something like that. So I'm sure there was a point in this game where I was on even ground, but fell further and further behind as the game went on. So pretty standard. I chose to go construction bot first just because this is such a large map, and I thought if I got some construction, say I got 2 construction bots out on the map early on and just went into grunt production, that's what you'll see. If I'm able to defend these, I'll be in a better spot. If I'm able to defend these early construction bots, I might have an advantage at some point in the economy. So don't really like this move. This is something I was like, okay, I have a construction bot going. I'm going to walk over here, cap this mix, and walk back to the factory. Not sure if this is a great or optimal play. Let's take a look at Flowers open. Maybe he's a little farther ahead, and actually he did this 2 mechs into light laser tower solar collector and then walked over and made this mechs in another solar collector. So a little bit slower open. Your factory is a little slower, so I think so. Let's take a look. Yeah, I already have this construction bot finished, and I think that's just because he was making that LLT, and we both have this radar going up at approximately the same time. So I'm just trying to spend the starting mass. As you can see, I'm double assisting this factory here, just trying to get up. There's early game grunts. Don't want to lose anything like ticks. Like an early factory, I wasn't quite sure what he was doing. Not aware of Flowers open on this map, so I'm just trying to play my game here and go for these early expanding engineers. So I think I did 1 construction bot into grunt and then another construction bot, which will also be expanding. So construction bot 2 grunts, and then I think I actually could have been issuing commands as this was building here. I think that's something I could improve on. It's just these early game construction bots. Let's get those orders issued while they're building on the queue. So take a look. I just want to see how I stack up. I'm a little bit behind on power. I think just like 1 solar collector. I'm not sure if it's the biggest deal. We could take a look at Flower. He has 188 mass in the bank and 132 power per tick. So pretty interesting. We're dead even on mass income. So like I said, I just wanted to go 2 construction bots and get these out and expanding on the map. So that's what I'm doing here, capping these on the right side. This is how I'm going to be expanding this way with that construction bot, and I think this one I have kind of moving towards the center, and then I'll be making another engineer and having it come down here through the center. So pretty standard. I'm not stalling on mass or energy. We're dead even on income and mass, so don't think I'm falling behind economy just yet, and I've had decent production from the bot lab. So I have several grunts on the field. Looks like Flower's already kind of expanding with his commander outside of these 3 early mexes cap. So he's going to walk over here, cap these 2 mexes, and put up an LLT. Kind of like that move. I think the equivalent move of that would, for me, would be, I think, either to move to these double mexes right here with my commander, or maybe these 2. I think that's about the same distance away from the base. And here we could see my 3rd construction bot moving off and just been assisting this factory. So trying to balance the eco. Looks like I'm a little bit ahead on mass income, 16 to 13, and a little bit ahead on power. So kind of sit idling with my commander here. That's not great. So far so good, I'd say. Not really behind too much. Relatively even. Little ahead on mass, like I said. I guess the big difference is his commander is he's using his commander to kind of expand through this side and lock up this bottom side of the map. So I think the equivalent move for me would have actually have been to just kind of expanding this way with my commander, kind of mirroring the same movement. So we'll see if that plays a difference later on in the game, some midpoint. So I'm playing like super defensively here. I do not want to lose these expanding engineers. So I think, given that, I want to say I wouldn't have to build this turret here. I have so many grunts in position to protect these expanding engineers. I think at this point in the game, this could have just been like a more forward radar, and it would have been just fine. And I want to say a big mistake I've made in this game actually was just adding on too many LLTs. So this one expanding engineer construction bot, I had I think this might have been a misclick, but yeah. So I did a radar and then 2 LLTs right here at this kind of choke point. I think that might have been a little excessive in this early on in the game. Granting how my strategy was just play defensive and try and get my economy as strong as possible into the mid game. That was kind of my goal, was just not lose these construction bots, expanding construction bots. So you can see Flower just moving up. I really like this move where he kind of is using the commander's build power to start choking off the map at the bottom side, and he's just going to be working north. Actually, kind of like that positioning. So still playing super defensively. I have a couple grunts moving across the map, looking for expanding engineers. You can see how the game's relatively even so far. I mean, 22, I'm a little ahead on mass income, pretty even on power. Still have this bot lab. Looks like looks like Flower already has 1 construction turret up. He's already making another. So working on that extra build power in the main base. Whereas I'm just assisting 1 factory with, I'm constructing my vehicle plant rather, and just having this unassisted bot lab spit out another engineer. So I'm like, okay, my economy is decent enough now. I can move on to 2 factory production, 27 mass per tick. I want to start getting those blitzes out, and getting a stronger standing army on the field. So looks like that little run by I had on the right side got caught. Didn't matter too much. You can take a look at my player view here. So I don't have really good scouting information. I know like where he's relatively contained at. Like he doesn't have any expansions here yet. I just noticed, okay, he's expanded all the way to here. And I think I actually spot his commander here in the middle of the map. So, yep, just kind of back away with those. I was heading south here. I wanted to take out this turret, but noticing the commander was there and units moving into position, I'm like, okay, I'm going to just fall back, retain these units. And I'm grouping some units, so let's take a look at let me turn off the player camera. Take a little bit of a battle here in the middle, just try and shave off a couple units, but still relatively even, except Flower has gone ahead and shot past me in energy production, and I think that's just a function of he has 2 construction bots adding on solar collectors at the moment, so he's a little farther ahead already in power, which I want to say could probably be done differently. It looks like I have 1 construction turret already done, and I'm actually adding on this advanced solar collector, so that should does this cause me to stall at all though? No, I'm kind of balancing the economy. It looks like my power is running a little low, but let's take a look. Yeah, decent mass. I have 600 mass in the bank. That's not totally ideal. Flower has 700, but I would think if I had built on extra construction bots, I'd be in a better position spending this mass, and maybe already having a couple additional solar collectors already built before I get this advanced solar collector online. So not really sure. Just producing grunts and blitzes out of the factory. And I've got some aggravators kind of queued up down the line and some of these thugs. So try and get a run by here on the right side. I managed to catch a catch a capped a max. I don't think I got the engineer. No, I killed 2 of those maxes, so I guess decent run. Okay, run by. Could take a look at the income. Still relatively even. He's a little farther ahead in mass, and just 200 more produced so far. 8 minutes in the game, which I don't think is terrible. He's still a little ahead on power, which is just indicative. He has two construction turrets kind of assisting this construction bot. Looks like he's adding on AA already, so this is a smart move. Looks like at the time, 8 minutes, 10 seconds. Feels a little threatened by possible, air switch, and is throwing those up. I think I actually started adding on those relatively soon with my own commander, so still stalling energy, actually a little far behind. Actually, yeah, it's just super even, right? So I haven't figured out, where I'm falling behind. I want to say, like, these expansions I'm definitely a little behind of. We can see Flower already has almost a quarter of the map kind of locked up, so this is a good move, and compared to me, I'm just, could have capped these mexes, could have had some extra turrets built, so definitely behind in that regard. He's got a little more of the map presence. We're able to shave off this one expansion. I'll cancel that label. And I think I end up losing all these. Yeah, this little run by all goes down to a couple grunts and an LLT. So no res bots yet on the board. I haven't really lost enough units, and you can see I have one expanding engineer here. There's another expanding engineer, and I noticed on my radar that there was a group coming in on the right side, so I actually try and save this construction bot, move it back, trying to move units into position to catch this run by. And decided the time was right to make a couple res bots. So I had made 4 of those. And shoo away this one bar on the right. So I'll maybe pause the game and see where I'm at. I still would argue Flower has more of the map kind of locked up. You have radar here, bunch of LLTs, 3rd radar. So great radar coverage, good LLT protection here in the center, kind of preventing me from directly attacking into this. And I want to say this kind of leads into him like in a winning position. Like, I never really make a direct attack here on the center, so just was using my grunts and units to try and run by on the left and right. And he was always in position, so really think perhaps contesting this center of the board a little more stronger. Like, I could have my commander up here, these mexes capped, a couple LLTs, and went ahead and already started building Wolverines and aggravators to try and pressure this position here. So I think that would have been a little bit of a stronger move instead of just trying to expand to half of the map. I'm expanding on both left and right side, and I should have been just kind of locking down my half of the map. I think that would have been a better move. Pause the game. So I have about equal standing army. See, I have so many LLTs built so farther back, right? He has 1, 2, 3 here, kind of in his starting zone, where I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I have 3 here on the right side and 2 in the middle. So definitely kind of overbuilt that LLTs. He's able to punch through right in the center, take out that construction bot, and I'm forced to move down here with my standing army. He has a run by forming on the right side. Trying to get these units resed up on the right with that run by with these res bots, and I think he's actually able to, I'm not quite sure what happens here. I'm just trying to defend, I see run bys on my side of the map. Just trying to clear these units, shoo them away. I see this run by coming in on the right side. I think he actually takes out. No, so that was okay. So these 2 LLTs kind of paying for themselves. I had to move most of my army and these slow-moving thugs down to kind of be in position. Those could have been more forward, kind of pressuring the middle. And we can see the discrepancy already kind of forming here as far as eco-wise. He's got 57 to my 46 and 1K to 700 power. And he's just adding on these advanced solar collectors now with 1 construction turret. He's adding on so many of those. One construction bot. He's already moved into land, has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 construction turrets and several construction bots assisting his factories. Whereas in my main base, I think I only have the 4 construction turrets, one commander still assisting, and just 1 construction bot adding on power. So I think more build power I think would have what it's suiting me better. I have 1, 2, 3 expanding engineers, construction bots, and he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So definitely like a build power difference. He's moved ahead in build power, energy, and mass production. And I think that's just a function of his early game movement with his commander. He was able to kind of secure this part of the board more quickly. And that's going to allow him to defend my run bys on the left and right. I'm attempting. So I have a run by here in the south. He already has a lot of units in position, and he has so much more production than me. Just look at all these grunts coming out. So he's fighting. He's fighting and winning on 3 fronts. Right here in the center, he's winning. He's going to shoo away this up run by attempt on the bottom side of the map, and he's preventing me from expanding into the center. So already falling quite a bit behind, down nearly 20 mass per tick. It's expanding to more of the map even, right? So closer to his half. Trying to get some damage done here on the right side. This gets cleaned up here. Trying to do the moves, right? But this way forward expanding engineer, kind of in between this. He could have taken that out, I think. I could be over here attacking. Just pause the replay. So far, he's almost 20 mass ahead. Nearly doubling me in power income. So he also has on these 2 energy storage. So he's got some extra mass in the bank. Or sorry, eco in the bank. Take a look at his player view. Balancing his economy nicely. So much production. So just a testament to like how much stronger of a player he is. He's able to micro and macro more quickly. I can see he's already adding on these energy converters. I'm never quite sure like when to add these on, and I'm not really sold on how good they are or not. Like this could have been, I know they just cost energy, but pretty sure. Yeah, just 1 mass and just tons of energy. Not sure how effective that is. We can see, I mean, there's still more mexes for him to cap, so I'm wondering if, capping those mexes would be more important. So I have a couple aggravators out, a couple thugs, and really I think the story is just not contesting this middle well enough, not having the build power. So I think I might end it here. If y'all want to see me analyze more of these games or more of the video, I can do that, just analyze the entire game. But really, I've just fallen so far behind on build power, expansion, and economy. I don't think I could win this game anymore. So I'm gonna let it roll, and see you all in the next one.